Hi, I'm Amy Davis from Future Publishing's photography testing team, and today I'm going to take a look at the Canon EOS 1200D. The 1200D sits at the bottom of Canon's lineup of DSLR cameras and is aimed at beginners. Canon has given the camera an improved look and feel in comparison with its predecessor, the 1100D, bringing it more in line with the 700D, which sits ahead of it in the lineup. This deep grip and textured coating give it a feel of quality, but also make it easy to hold even if you want to use it one-handed. As there is no touchscreen on the 1200D, unlike some of the other DSLRs in Canon's range, including the 100D and the 700D, every element of camera control is via the physical buttons. Despite it being an entry-level model, there's still a decent level of direct control via the buttons here on the back of the camera, including dedicated buttons for white balance and sensitivity. By pressing this Q button, you can quickly scroll through 12 different settings, which are displayed on the screen. You change them using this scrolling dial, so for instance you can navigate to the metering setting, then scroll with the dial to change from general purpose to spot metering. To change the autofocus point, of which there are 9 available, you need to press this dedicated button here and then use these buttons to navigate around to the point you need. As there aren't dozens of points, this is a pretty quick process. Pressing this central set button returns to the central AF point, which is more sensitive. This dial here controls aperture or shutter speed depending on the mode you're shooting in. This button here controls exposure compensation, which needs to be held down while using the scrolling dial. If you're shooting in manual mode, hold down the button to switch between aperture and shutter speed. On top of the camera is a mode dial, which allows you to quickly switch between the different shooting modes available, including automatic, scene modes, semi-automatic and program automatic modes. As the 1200D is a DSLR, it has an optical viewfinder. Unfortunately, while it is pretty bright and clear, it only offers a 95% field of view, which means that occasionally the final image will have artifacts that you didn't notice in composition. Canon has played it pretty safe with the 1200D screen. It's just 460,000 dots and it isn't touch sensitive. It's also fixed rather than tilting or articulating, but that probably helps to keep the price of the camera down. On the plus side, it doesn't suffer too badly from glare or reflections, while this button here switches off the display if you're finding it distracting while using the viewfinder. To activate live view mode, press this button here. This also doubles up as the movie record button when you're in movie mode. As you can see, focusing while in live view is fairly slow, much slower than while shooting through the viewfinder. The 1200D feels like more of an incremental upgrade from the 1100D rather than anything revolutionary. And while images are great, the camera itself isn't offering anything truly exciting. When you compare it to some of its rivals, such as the Nikon D3300, which features a higher resolution sensor and no anti-aliasing filter, the 1200D begins to look less competitive. It is, for the moment at least, significantly cheaper, however. See this month's issue for more information on the Canon EOS 1200D.